Good evening, I'm WSA 9 Meteorologist Topper Shutt. Let's go through the elements of the possible severe weather late tonight and tomorrow. So let's start first with why and when we issue a weather watch alert. Now, we had the weather watch alert issued for Wednesday on Monday. So it has to check one of these boxes, and in this case, it checks them all. Life-threatening weather's possible, check. More of a nuisance, may have to change your plans, check. Dynamic situation, yeah, double check there. Have to check back with us frequently as conditions change. So in this case, it satisfies all three. And primarily, we're talking about Wednesday. We had a weather watch alert Tuesday today, but more for nuisance showers as opposed to life-threatening weather. Okay, so if we have this watch, what are our threats? Well, you know, rain is high. Storms are moderate. Now, tornado is low, but it's technically on the table still. Damaging winds low, but also on the table. It may be a case where we see some damaging winds embedded in some storms. And again, this is tonight through tomorrow. Now, in terms of timing, I think the threats for severe weather will end around 3 o'clock in the metro. Maybe even earlier west and north, maybe a little later down into southern Maryland. I really feel if you're east of 95 into southern Maryland, that's going to be the best chance, the highest chance for severe weather. So, here's the radar. We've been watching this big clump of storms come out of West Virginia, but they're running into colder and, well, more stable air. So they're making their way through Hagerstown now across I-81, but notice as they keep going eastward, there's less and less yellow. That means they're weakening a little bit. So that's good news. Don't see anything severe tonight before midnight. Some showers, yes, these showers are now moving into Fairfax and about to cross over 95 into D.C. There's a fairly hefty little cell up near Frederick. So there's still some heavy downpours in this latest round, but I don't see anything severe right now. We'll watch it all night, believe me, but I don't see anything severe at this moment. But as I mentioned, this is pretty heavy activity up around 70. You know, Frederick up toward Hagerstown, that's pretty good rainfall rates at this hour, and we'll kind of talk about those rainfall rates here. Let's talk about how much is falling per hour up there. And again, I don't think we're going to see any flooding from this, okay? But we could see some heavy downpours. I'll show you who's under a flood watch in just a second. But let's just say we query, you know, how much rain is falling, you know, per hour, just say right there, okay? 0.75 per hour. That's a fairly decent downpour. It's not, you know, catastrophic, but that's fairly heavy. You wouldn't want to be driving through it, let's put it that way, from Frederick to Hagerstown. So that's not that great. We'll zoom in a little bit, and we'll kind of highlight some of the areas that have the heaviest rain. And this is drifting off to the east, by the way. Okay, so it's going to continue to move across 70. But again, Middletown, Myersville, Boonesboro, pretty heavy rain. Back toward Shepherdstown, your heaviest rain is over, but you still have some moderate downpours. And again, all this is moving east. So in Frederick proper, it's not quite there yet, but it will be shortly. This is probably the heaviest little area of rain we can find with these thunderstorms. Again, they're moving into much cooler and much drier air. We always talk about you might remember this. We always talk about cold air damming, and it's the cold air kind of damming up against the mountains in winter, and we lose the cold air aloft, but we get that darn ice storm. Well, same thing here. The air aloft's pretty warm, but closer to the surface, it's cold because we have this constant easterly flow for the past couple of days. That's what's keeping these storms from really busting into big storms, and what kept our first wave of storms from busting into big storms late this morning, early this afternoon, as they raced across the DMV. So again, this is nothing crazy heavy, but some downpours now. And we'll kind of zoom in. Let me zoom in one more time. This is not as heavy as what we saw up in Frederick, but we'll kind of come into Fairfax County, around 66, down into Prince William County. We see areas of yellow, Manassas and Fairfax and Chantilly, but it's just not a crazy rainfall. It just isn't. It's the rainfall rates will kind of go between Old Town and 95. Right there, rainfall rate about a half an inch, a little less than half an inch per hour. So this is not doing anyone any good if they're trying to get home tonight late, but they're weakening, and that is the good news. that's just the best news. So we're going to see this activity continue and to kind of move through the metro, and then we'll have another respite, and then we may have to do it all over again. Well, we will have to do it all over again tomorrow in the form of showers and a better chance for storms, stronger storms closer to the immediate metro. So that's one reason we have the Weather Watch alert. But this is going to move through as we go through the next several hours. And again, some moderate downpours, and that's about it. But this was heavy at Cross Junction, and now it's moved across I-81 over toward Frederick. Now, this is the severe weather outlook. And you can see the yellow, that's the highest chance for severe weather, is into southern Maryland down into Virginia and also eastern North Carolina. There's a chance for, some storms, maybe up to Frederick, but this yellow area really is the best chance for damaging winds or hail. And one reason is because we have this warm front that is actually south of Richmond. Now, overnight, that's going to work its way northward a little bit, and the closer that gets to us will be the better chance for severe weather. Don't think it's ever going to go through D.C., but it might get up to La Plata, and I like what the Severe Storm Center have done. They put Fredericksburg and most of southern Maryland in the highest chance of severe weather. Not a lock, but a moderate, a 2 out of 5, if you will. And again, the main threats would be damaging wind and hail. Okay, try to explain this temperature thing. So if you look here, we're 4 degrees colder right now or cooler than we were 24 hours ago. So this little cold little wedge, okay, has kept us from seeing these storms really develop. Here's where all the big storms were. Cleveland's 17 degrees warmer now than it was 24 hours ago. So that's why in Ohio and Indiana we saw the big storms, but as they move eastward, they kind of just run into this cold air and it kind of knocks them down. We get showers out of it, but we don't get severe weather. So that's good. Okay, let's talk about this. 10 o'clock tonight, Futurecast has most of the activity east of town. It might be pulling this out a little quicker than what's really going to happen. Temperatures, around 50, kind of miserable, kind of like March. Now let's focus on Wednesday morning, 6 a.m. These are shades of green, so it's not super heavy, but it's, light to moderate rainfall, Leesburg down to Manassas, and even some showers across D.C. Then we'll put this into motion. By 9 o'clock, now we're seeing some areas with red and orange. And here's the reason why. It's a very dynamic situation. We got a jet stream above us tomorrow afternoon, 120 knot. That's impressive. So even though we don't see a lot of surface heating, we have some upper air elements, if you will, that actually can help overcome that and generate severe weather. And that's why we're concerned. Notice the winds, east here, south here, east here, turning to the north out west of Oakland. So we have a chance of seeing some big storms, even though it isn't your classic, it's hot and humid. Doesn't always need to be that way. Now, lunchtime. Notice things are trying to kind of get into a line of showers and storms. And that's with the front. Now we've got more of a southerly wind. Notice we're warmer at the surface, 58. Easterly winds are cold. Remember, the Bay and the Atlantic still cold. And now we have the winds turning more to the west, northwest behind the front. Temperatures, at least upper 50s. Now we get into 3 o'clock, and this is really what I mean. I think the best chance for severe weather is southern Maryland. And I think by 3 o'clock, if you're west of 95, your threat for severe weather is over. I really do. Pretty good storm possible east of Baltimore, kind of heading up toward Newark, Delaware. But for the most part, it's southern Maryland by 3 o'clock. And then by 5:30 tomorrow evening, we're going to probably see some pops of sun. Remember, this is the base map color. Those are clouds. So we could see a little bit of sun. Temperatures in the 50s. And then, boom, by Thursday morning, we have more clouds return. This is a big system, and it is going to kind of anchor itself off New England. So we're going to get these west-southwest winds, temperatures in the 30s, well, 40s downtown to start on Thursday. And then it's going to have some showers here and there. And yes, that is snow west of the divide. I think Oakland and Davis, West Virginia, could pick up 1 to 4 inches between Thursday morning and the end of Friday. And then, boom, some showers at 2 o'clock on Thursday. And kind of chilly. I mean, upper 40s in Gaithersburg. I think we'd see a snowflake as far to the east as Cumberland. We might see what we call grapple as far east as, Westminster, maybe Hagerstown. Then, we get into the 9 o'clock hour. We have breaks in the clouds, but we also have showers very close together. Temperatures in the 40s. Now, here is the flood watch I was talking about. It does not include our friends in southern Maryland. Not quite so sure why. It goes until 6 o'clock. And again, that is for flooding of streams and that sort of thing. It's not so much a flash flood watch. Okay, so the impacts tomorrow. Well, need your umbrella, that's high. Dog towels, high. Sports, practices, games, high, or at least moderate. I mean, if you have a field that drains and everything shuts off around 2 or 3 o'clock and you're west of 95, you'll probably be okay. Wet commutes, yes, especially in the morning. Not as concerned with wet commutes Wednesday afternoon. I don't think it'll be quite as prevalent. There could be a leftover shower, but I think the roads will be drying out. Winds pick up a little bit. So, weather watch alert Wednesday. Rain and strong storms, but again, better chance south and east. Breezy and chilly. Showers on Thursday. Breezy and cool with some showers on Friday. Yes, we go into kind of a March pattern. Here is all the model data for the rainfall. And I'm just showing you this because we look at this. And again, basically that's saying we're going to have a heavy downpour. We're going to get most of this in one of those heavy downpours tomorrow. That's the way it looks. But the good news, if you're planning to go to the Nats game on Wednesday, it's a 6:45 start. Remember, the games now are starting at 6:45 instead of 7:05. I think it's a subway thing. I don't know. Actually, we're in pretty good shape. I think the rain will end. There's a slight chance of a stray shower toward the end of the game. But I tell you what, bundle up. Temps in the 50s and falling into the low 50s before the game is over. So I would think layers for that. Okay. Some strong storms, weather watch alert, storms pretty much over 3 o'clock, more like 4 o'clock, south and east. Breezy with showers on Thursday. Excuse me. Breezy with showers on Friday. And again, there'll be periods of sun both days and periods of clouds, but more like March, no doubt about that. Friday, again, the showers, stray shower Saturday, wouldn't plan around that. Seasonable on Sunday, not bad. Nats in town through Sunday. Mid-60s on Monday and then upper 60s on Tuesday. Yes, we have the eclipse on Monday. And now we're thinking may have some clouds and a shower, but let's focus on the times. 2:04 it starts, halfway is about 2:47, and then to our maximum is at 3:20. And remember, if you were around in 2017, it was like 84%. This is 87%. So it's not awesome, but it's still pretty cool, and it's still worth, I think, taking a couple hours out of your day and checking it out. Okay, we'll have new information for you tonight at 11 in terms of the timing of the showers and storms, and we'll watch these storms very carefully for you throughout the evening hours. For more information, by the way, on our eclipse, check out our website. We got tons of stuff on there. I'll see you at 11 o'clock. For now, I'm WSA 9 meteorologist Topper Shutt.